being a guy, I think is easier. Like
It's
a guy
normal.
can just be like, "Hey, I just thought you were really beautiful. Would you like to go out
Can we
sometime?"
bring
Like
that back,
you could just say that. Like I thought you were stunning and brave.
You were stunning.
Stunning.
Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren,
And we're Cimorelli. Welcome back to
the Cimorelli podcast.
We're back with the
Powerpuff Girls.
Come on.
Blossom.
Okay, guys,
Come
we're
in.
the Powerpuff Girls because
We are.
I'm lighter haired.
You're lighter brunette. I have red hair.
She's red and she's dark brown. But really, I'm Blossom. You're Bubbles. And she just has to be
I'm not
Buttercup.
that other one.
Yeah, she has to be Buttercup. But
Unfortunately,
really,
my Chihuahua complex
Yes,
identifies
you
as
would be
Buttercup.
in reality, Lauren is Blossom 2.0.
Yes.
She's not Bubbles. She's not Buttercup.
Yeah.
A fourth.
And
But we
I
just
am
gotta
not
go with
really
it.
Bubbles. She's too laid back.
She's the joy and the laughter.
Ditzy.
Idiot.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
the
I don't know. You
episode.
said don't say a word. I'm confused. This is episode 209. And we're just here to hang, guys. I don't know.
that
what's
is
going
not
on.
a good intro. Guys, listen.
I don't know.
You didn't tell her anything.
This is what the episode is, which she does know. This is the Yap
Central?
yapping.
Yap
Yapathon.
Station?
This is the yapping episode.
Yapathon
We're gonna
2024.
try something that I've been wanting to try for a while and for some reason have not. And that is a chit chat episode where we're going to try to run free. I actually wrote topics, but we might or might not use them depending on where the chit chat takes us.
Wow.
So it's a chit chat episode. I want to see if you guys like it because I watch podcasts that do this and I love it. So
AKA Yap Central Station.
So it wasn't just something that we are like, oh, we have no ideas or doing nothing. No. This was a real planned idea. Okay.
We have plenty of ideas.
That's what I want them to know. We have plenty of
Okay.
ideas. Okay. So let's start with our highs and lows of the week. Okay. My lows today because it's the day before my period. So horrible.
Sounds like a low to me.
Yep. That's it. So I'm mad about everything.
I'm mad about
I just have nothing in me right now. I'm just like,
Sometimes the only way through it is a hallelujah.
Yeah, let's get a hallelujah.
I'm like like I'm growling, like a low growl.
That's where Tristan gets it from.
Just like the whole, like a really low one.
She's snarling.
The whole day.
She's not growling, she's snarling.
scary.
That's me the whole day. That's it.
That's where Tristan gets
The
it
high
from.
of my week. What's a really not boring one?
I don't know, dude.
Okay, what I was going to say is really boring. The high of my week is it was so sunny out, so I went on a bunch of walks.
That is a high.
That's the high of my week.
That is
No,
such a
you're
high.
high.
I love walks.
Boring.
It's not boring.
That was the high of my week.
My low was the whole week.
Oh.
That is tough.
It sucked
Oh.
so much.
Oh.
My
Okay. Okay.
my high was one day
It didn't suck for one
I went on a walk and I took a different route and I was like, wow, this is new.
Okay. Okay.
But it was that thing you were talking about of like new experiences or whatever.
Yes.
I was like, oh wow, like this is new. And I felt joy for a second.
You know what? That is my other high. When I saw the crick, aka the
Oh,
creek.
love a crick. Love a local crick.
Our dad grew up in the
Backwoods of
country
Pennsylvania.
and they called the creek the crick. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to carry on the legacy.
I
They
love
also
a
say
crick.
Orange, Pilla, Mira.
Winda, Tuesday.
Yeah. Anyway, doesn't
Marinara.
Irregardless, yeah,
Once.
marinara. He says Barrett.
Barrett.
My dad says Barrett instead of Barrett. It's like, you want to bring Barrett over? Anyway,
Which we're not making fun of him.
We love an accent.
my dad likes to be made fun of. He loves it. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
He loves it.
He does.
He thinks it's funny because he thinks we're just a bunch of pipsqueaks.
True.
Anyway, I went to the crick with the kids.
Love the
Oh,
crick.
cute.
And it was cool. I was like, Barrett, you want to go to the crick? But he was scared. I was like, you have to, well, here's the problem. I said, look, there's a crick right there. We got to go over there. And then he's like, what's the crick? He said, what's the cricket? And I was like, the crick. And he's like, I want to see the cricket. So we went over. And I said, but listen, I didn't know what I was going to before I got there. It's like when I was walking, but I didn't know how deep it was. It wasn't deep at all. And I was like, listen, you got to be careful around the creek or the pond or anything like that, because sometimes the sides of like a body of water are really slippery. One time, my mom, Mimi, was standing. Listen. Where we used to live, there's something called the duck pond, okay?
Oh, I thought you were talking
And
about
it's just a pond.
I was thinking of another time.
Lynn's got some prolific falls. I'm sorry.
Wait, tell me this one. I don't know this
We
one.
love you, Lynn. Don't watch.
Tell me this one.
We went to the...
We had a pond when we were little in our neighborhood. We called the duck pond.
And my mom was standing at the end and she slipped. Wait, did she do that
No,
again?
that was another time.
Love it.
We were at some it was like a garden.
Yeah,
or
in
something.
Lodi.
Yeah, and there was like like koi fish pond, and then you like walk over on these bridges, and she fell off into the koi fish pond. Why did she do that? Wait, so good.
Don't watch that.
She fell off. She just fell. But it was like a tiny bridge. Like a tiny bridge.
So good. It's like imprinted in my brain. Just like Jacob and Vanessa's face. It wasn't great. It was like, I think it was more like rocks in a rock walkway in water.
I think it was like a little bridge.
Wait, when she found, was she like standing or was she
I don't know.
we were
We
like,
just like turned around and it was like, oh, she's in.
I just remember my mom. No offense if you're watching this, Mom. She gets really mad when she does something like that. She doesn't laugh.
Yeah, she's like ignored.
She gets really mad. So I just remember she slipped in and then
That's
she
where I
got
get it from.
really mad.
I get so mad too. Oh, it's hereditary.
Oh my
I
gosh.
get so mad.
Amy, okay, if I were to rank in our family, who's the worst person to slip into a pond and who's the best person? I would put Amy for sure worst. My mom is second. You are the worst because you would cry.
Yeah.
You would be
And it wouldn't be
prolifically mad.
about being like, it wouldn't be that I fell in the water.
You'd be like,
I'd just be mad I'm embarrassed.
You would be so upset.
I'd be so mad that I got embarrassed.
Who would be the best?
key.
Nick. Joey. Joey's the most easygoing.
I think Lisa could fall on a pond.
Lisa
It'd be
could fall in a pond to be fine. Lisa would not give one rip.
Lisa would be funny.
Wait, she wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
I feel like she falls and she's like, mm.
She'd be like, haha.
Anyway, I was
Gotta
going to
go.
say that I told Barrett that. So then we got over, he was like, I don't want to get close. I was like, dang it. And I ruined that a little bit.
scared him.
Because I was scared he was going to want to just like jump
Okay,
in.
but maybe that's good for him to be scared.
Yeah.
But it was
Not to
literally
swim
like
yet.
a foot
He's
deep.
3. Are you going to get him swimming this summer?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We're working on swimming lessons because my mom was a swim coach. And I was a
lifeguard,
swim teacher.
extraordinaire.
Yeah.
So we're
So he's
working on
probably
it.
already been learning.
Yeah.
We're working on it. He has to get over his fears. Anyway, so that's that. So you?
Highs
what?
and lows, Amy.
Oh, I
Me
forgot where
what?
we were.
I
where
can't
were
believe
we?
Mom falls all the time.
All the time.
It's just some really iconic falls.
This is like, this was gotta be more than 15 years ago.
Why was I not there? That is
Both
so
of these were like
tragic.
15 at least years ago.
If I had, okay, you know when people ask you if you had a time machine, what would you do?
You're like, I'll go back to that.
That's what I would do for sure.
Let's see.
Oh, I want to do that. Or
I
when
feel like I cried about something this week for sure.
Yeah, probably.
But I don't quite remember what.
Yeah.
do you remember when Lisa fell at the movie theater?
Yes.
Was I there?
He fell over a sign.
That was good.
Oh, you weren't there.
I think I have a memory of it because you guys explained it so vividly.
It was a good one.
See, she could fall in a duck pond. She'd be fine.
Okay, sorry. Anyway,
I
continue.
don't remember. Okay. Yeah. My low was definitely crying about something, but perhaps what? Perhaps can't remember.
Let me think. Recording, maybe?
Oh no, I actually didn't cry while recording.
Okay.
It wasn't that hard. Like, and I'm getting more
Babysitting.
mentally stable.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, that probably. My high, just in general. I live
Life's
a life on
demands.
the edge.
You really do.
I live a life fully on the edge,
On what
on the
edge?
brink. The
Life's
social
demands.
edge of burnout.
The edge of your
Capacity.
limits.
Yeah.
Yes. But I just don't, this rap thing's lifestyle that
Oh, I
live.
just thought of our first topic we should talk about because of that.
Okay.
Oh.
And then my high was last night with trivia, and it was iconic. It was so fun.
Was it iconic?
I sat next to my friend Ashley, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
They had
so
music
good?
questions that I slayed.
Wait, I want to go.
It was fun. Well, it was only one night.
Never again?
I don't know if they're gonna do it again. They should do it again. It was so fun.
Oh.
But we had a great time, and yeah, that's all I got to say about that
That's good.
for the public.
Actually, what I thought of isn't really a topic. It was more of a statement.
Well,
Okay,
let's
what's
hear
your
it.
statement?
Okay, I was going to say, so you're talking about living on the edge of like your limits, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say,
Would
the
you go
reason-
bungee jumping? 'Cause I would.
That's not what I was going to say.
Oh.
I
just
would not.
decided that. I saw a video
Would
and I
I-
was like, I would totally do this.
If it was
Perhaps not.
How would I know if it's safe? If I know it's safe, yes. So the height part is not the jumping height, whatever. That's not the factor for me. It's how do I know if it's safe? If it's safe, yes. If it's not, then
People
no.
do it all the time.
I feel
Like skydiving. Would I? Yes. Would
That's
I?
more
Maybe
sketch,
no.
I think.
The experience, yes. The odds of dying, no.
Yeah.
I just feel like in my old age, I can't handle intensity like that.
You know, some people don't want that experience.
Because, well, it's
I
like
do.
no. I will jump off of a like cliff diving thing pretty easily, but as I've gotten older, it like it lives in my chest for a while after.
Yeah,
I do
it's
it.
like, ha.
And like I get
Yeah.
like some chest pains after doing it, and I don't love it. But I do love jumping off of things.
Okay, if that's what I was
Anyway,
going to say. I was
yeah,
going to say more when you live on your emotional limits. I was going to say a big reason that I didn't know that, I feel like I didn't hear anyone say this. A big reason why so many people, maybe this is a reason for divorce, maybe, perhaps.
Whoa.
Is that when you're dating someone and potentially even when you're married, you don't see what is deep inside a person when there's like nothing left, when they're like at their lowest of the low. It's hard to see that until you're put in a position that can put you in that. Not for everyone though. This doesn't put everyone in that position. But
Falling in a
potential
koi pond.
position is having a child.
Yeah, it could.
So
Pushes you to the brink.
well, I'm saying, yeah, if you have a kid who pushes you all the way to your limits with like sleep deprivation, and then they're constantly asking for, they need all this stuff from you, whatever, you get pushed to your limits physically, mentally, and emotionally. And then what comes out of you at that point is like you see what's really
the real you?
You see what's there.
You see if it's a
I
southern
feel
girl
like
with the
every
Levi's
man
on.
has pushed me to my limit.
Oh my God.
So I think they saw that.
If you think of yourself at your lowest, like deathly tired, whatever, and
Yeah.
then live that for months straight. So you don't get out of that and you just live that for months. And then you have to like communicate with the other person about like, hey, can you give them a bath? Whatever. How are you going to say that to them? Is it going to be perhaps different than you talk to them when you were dating? I don't know. That's the question.
Okay, there
question.
was this one time in my life where I was having. Okay, so here's the thing: is through ye old therapy and the last this was probably 2 years ago, 2.5, almost 3 years ago. Yeah, coming up on 3 years ago. I was a lot more stressed, and now I'm less stressed. So back in the olden times, I remember literally I was like having a meltdown of some sort, and I called this guy that I was talking to, and I was like having it out with myself while he was on the phone, like yelling about all the things that were going wrong in my life and everything I was so stressed about. And we were on the phone for probably an hour, and the whole time it was so funny but bad because I just kept going. And every time you go, just let it out. Just let it out.
Okay.
It was so nice.
Okay, that's what
I
you
remember
mean.
going to the grocery store getting you ginger ale and Gatorade because you were throwing up for some reason. And I'm literally on the phone with him, going to the grocery store going, ah! Sorry.
That's scary.
Oh,
Let it out.
my
Let it out.
gosh.
And that was the whole thing. And he handled it very, very well. So
That's nice.
that was a good time. But that just reminded me of that. 'cause
Well,
I
that's
was
what I'm
yelling.
saying is I guess, so you could be a person who goes, let it out, when your cup is partially full. But then when your cup is empty, you're like, shut up! Stop doing that! But you might not be that. I don't know. What did I find for me? I found I had a lot of anger.
Really?
And I was very negative at my core.
Really?
It's tough.
That's what I found. I was like, wow. So it really like revealed to me kind of, it's like you can act one way when your cup is somewhat full and you're doing your listening smile when people speak, whatever. When it's all taken away, then it's like, what's under there? That's what I found.
Yeah.
So then I could address it. But then some people don't
That's good.
address it is the thing.
That is a problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I was thinking when it's like people are like, never mind, I don't know. But like they changed in marriage. I would say
Did they change?
Sure, whatever. I'm not debating that point, but I'm just saying this is a really interesting thing to me to see two people very sleep deprived, emotionally,
Pushed to the
physically,
brink.
mentally, completely exhausted. How do they treat each other when they're in that state long term? Because if you have a baby, another baby pretty soon after, then it's like a prolonged
years.
amount of time where you are in a very challenging state, and it wears you down to what is at your core.
Well, do you think that that's not something that like your siblings see?
No.
Really?
No. Well, somewhat. Somewhat, yes. But this takes you to a new place. Yes.
Because like
Your siblings
I'm
have
thinking,
seen a
like,
part of
yeah,
that.
with your siblings, you're both like have had it,
you've
and
seen-
you're not being nice.
Yeah,
And
you've
you're
seen
just
like to an extent. But then this takes it to a
You're not gonna
new...
gauge.
well, yeah. If you're
place.
talking about like the child and all of that.
Oh,
this
like
is,
when Amy was crying when she was taking care of the
Yes.
kids that week? Do that for months on end and then see like what kind of a person are you? That tells you what
I
kind
don't
of a
really
person
think I
am
want to be doing that months on end, but
Well, that's what motherhood
We'll
is.
see, we'll
That's what I'm
see.
saying. So that's when you figure out, unless you have like a really easy kid, then it's like, okay, this is what kind of a person I am. That's what you figure out. So anyway, that was just a thought I had when I was just thinking about that because there's a lot of people like announcing their divorces and breakups, whatever, with kids recently.
Ew.
I was thinking about, well, honestly, since I turned whatever age, 28, 29, boom, boom, boom. Whatever.
it's kind of it's
30, I don't know.
sad.
So I just think about that a lot and I'm like, there's a lot that you discover.
Could see that.
But on the flip side, I would say kids.
You acting like, lady, give us something.
I would.
that's not
Well, this isn't very
horrifying.
exciting. No, this is not exciting. I would say it helped me realize things to work on and helps me grow. It's just not. Okay. But on the flip side, Barrett says to me, "Mommy, I like you.
Okay,
You're the
that's
best. I love laying here with you when we're laying in our bed, like waiting for Tristan to fall asleep, watching the monitor. And then Tristan says, hug. And she hugs me. And she holds on. I do that thing where they say, never let go first when a kid hugs you. Let them let go first.
Cute.
Saw that on probably reel.
on Instagram.
Probably a reel on Instagram, yeah.
Of course.
So,
Aw.
anyway.
Okay, so it's not all bad. Folks.
Okay, here's a question you probably don't want to answer. How's your dating life?
How is
Okay,
it?
I feel
the
like-
words non
I feel like they wanna know.
come to mind.
Okay. Are you putting yourself... Okay, do you put yourself out there at all? Not at all? What do you do?
Here's how my dating life is going. This guy on Hinge
Oh no.
asked me out, and I didn't want to go, but I said yes because I was like, well, maybe. But then as like the days went by, I was like, I will not like him. I already know that. Like I probably would actually dislike him. Like he seemed like he's probably kind of rude actually.
That's
Like he
tough.
wasn't mean, but like I don't know. I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna like him. And then he ghosted me before the plans were made. So
I
was like,
love it. I love it.
Okay.
so that's how it's going.
So you're like, that's good.
It's just
It's
giving.
going-
So you are putting yourself out there.
Yeah. It's giving trying. Am I trying that hard? Perhaps not.
Definitely, perhaps not.
But really,
Oh no, I'm afraid.
really I have a crush from afar that I really need to speak to
Ah!
the next time I see
What's
him.
that?
I have to.
What? That will get you.
But I haven't seen him in like a month.
Oh no.
But if I see him again, I will speak to him, which
I
I've
love
never
it.
done like a cold approach.
A cold
but I
call,
think I have
I've
to.
never done
I
that.
have to do it.
you have to.
You gotta go for it. Wait, and do what? What would you do?
I don't know. I'd have to read
Wait,
the
what
vibes.
kind of? Can you say what kind of setting you would, where you would see him? A rough idea.
A place.
I,
I'm trying to think if I had to go. Okay, if I was gonna go up to a guy and talk to him,
It's so scary, but
what
I'm
would I
like,
say? Well,
Okay.
first we would have to have like smiled at each other or something.
yes,
first.
we've seen each other a million
have you
times.
smile
smiled or
first.
not?
Okay,
Kind
you've seen.
of.
Okay,
But I know we've made eye contact many times.
I guess it depends on
But
where
it's like
I
I
was.
love
low-key,
an eye
low-key.
contact.
I'm trying to think of something that related to where we were that I could say.
Well, I think I'd probably just be like,
so scary.
hi. Like, okay.
Fancy seeing
Hey,
you
how's
here.
it going? I would say
wouldn't
that.
say how's it going.
I would say that.
But
Yeah, I'd
I'd
just
be
do that.
like, oh, like, I've seen you around a lot.
I feel like hey, how's it going? It's really easy.
Yeah.
Hey,
For
how's
some
it
reason,
going? That's so
is
easy.
scarier.
Or hey, I'm Lauren. What's your name?
Yeah, or that. Just
Hey, I'm
introducing
Lauren.
myself.
Nombre.
Genius. Wait,
Like,
that's good.
because
that's good.
my
Me
thing is
llamo
like,
Lauren.
you just have to start it. If they're not like completely inept, like I think they
Is
can
it a
say
place
something.
where people would be introducing themselves to each other anyway?
No.
No.
I mean, maybe.
It's a
But
hard
not
one.
really.
It's a hard
Then
one to pull
introduce
But this
off.
is the thing. I would like be like, so like, want to hang out sometime? Can I give you my number? Like, I would do that.
Yeah, you got
But
it.
I'm scared.
I feel like if
guys.
I was dating in my 20s, then I would be at that point where I'm like,
Yeah, it's
would
hard.
do
Well,
that.
and this is what I realized. I was like, okay, on one hand, I feel like it is actually less scary to be a girl approaching a guy than a guy approaching
Yes,
a girl.
actually.
Because I'm like, if I approach a guy, is he going to be like, ew? No, like
No.
a guy will be way nicer than I think that a girl would be. Because, like, as a guy, if you go up to a girl, you don't know if she's going to be like, but like, I don't think a guy is gonna do that.
No.
But I think that a girl probably would.
yeah, 'cause
girls
you-
are kind of
you'd
like
already
mean.
get his vibe, so you'd already know if he was. You've already seen him, so you can tell if he's not somebody to be like.
Yeah,
There are definitely guys out there who are like, but you already can tell
I
his
just
vibe.
I guess
you'd
I just
be
don't
like
think
that
that would happen
when
to
you
me
see him.
yeah, I
personally.
don't.
Well, but even a guy like that, I feel like they just be like, oh hey, like.
I would
whereas
hope
like
so.
a girl is just scarier. But then
So scary.
I'm like, okay, but being a guy, I think is easier in the sense of like, it's more like.
Expected.
Yes, it's easy. Like a
It's
guy can just be
normal?
like, "Hey, excuse me, hey, like I just thought you're really beautiful. Would you like to go out
Can we
sometime?"
bring
Like
that back,
you could just say
please?
that. Am I gonna say
You're like,
that?
"Hey, I thought you were
No.
really beautiful."
Like, I thought you were stunning and brave.
You
Yes!
were stunning.
Stunning.
Would you like it just doesn't really feel the same as a woman.
Yeah, I get it.
Like I could say that, but it's like not quite giving. But like it's more expected like from a guy.
Yeah.
All right,
but-
well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because the thing is, I've seen him at 2 different places,
Girl.
and I'm like, oh, it's fate.
Definitely fate.
Okay.
Definitely
Because we
fate.
were both there at the second place.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, this is my other problem.
Oh, hey, I've seen you around
Yeah,
a lot. I want to
That's what I
introduce
said.
myself.
That's literally what I said I would say.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
I didn't quite get it.
Because we've seen each other a couple different
perfect.
places.
Great.
So,
Love it.
So I feel like it would be easier, like, oh, hey, you. Like, I recognize you.
there.
I hate
Like,
it.
oh, yeah, I've seen you around a lot.
I hate it how people would ever think it's weird to introduce yourself to anyone, but people do sometimes.
Well, here's my fear, and this is like...
I don't think he would. I don't know him at all. I've never seen him before.
No, but
I feel like he wouldn't think it's
speak
weird.
to one person from afar, and he seemed actually like nice.
Oh, okay.
But my fear is, I'm like, but I don't know if I would like him. But I can't know if I would like him until I speak to him.
It's
So
not.
I'm like, I can't speak to him if I don't know that I would like
No,
him because
you
then
need to
I'm
speak
like,
to him.
Oh, then
this
you have
is
to
my
reject
problem.
him?
I think that if I show interest, I'm signing a contract forever.
No,
So
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
oh, if I was like, hey, like we should hang out, and like I think you're cute. Then I'm like, then I have to think that forever. But what if I don't even like him? What if I don't even actually think he's cute?
Well,
if I
then
talk
maybe
to
that's
him?
why you start with just,
But-
hey, I've seen you around. And then if you get into that conversation,
But still, I don't know if I like him after 5
Okay,
seconds.
but here's the reason why you need to talk to him. Because that thing I read that said people meet their, like, was it saying their spouse?
through friends of friends.
Through friends of friends is the number one place in their 20s.
Oh, so I
you
should be like, can you introduce
you
me
need
to
friends.
So you need to meet him because even if it's not him, it could be
Was it the strength of loose
His
ties
friend.
or whatever? Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Or he invites
Well-
you to something where you meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you need to.
It's a tough
But I
one.
also just need to realize that just because I was interested in someone from afar, it doesn't mean I have to like them forever because
Yes.
I actually
It
don't
also
know
doesn't have
them.
to be weird.
I don't know why I think that.
Wait, you know what else? Is
I'm like
important?
in a prison.
You know what else is important for if you're trying to put yourself out there and meet a guy? Meeting girls. Because the only reason I met Nick is because I met his sister. You got to meet, especially if you're looking for a guy with a sister. And then she's like, you're perfect for my brother.
Oh.
Because what good sister isn't looking for someone for her brother? Hello?
Yeah.
True.
Meeting
true.
girls. That's a key, I would say, if you're looking for a guy. Or she just invites you to something.
And then there's
a
a
guy
man.
there.
I will say,
true.
yeah,
Just saying.
met a lot of people.
I'm just saying, if I really cold approach this man, it'd be really iconic.
Yes, I got
I think you should do
Really,
it just
really
for the
iconic.
iconicness
You should tell
of the
us
moment.
if you do it.
I
I'm
will.
just
For the
saying,
podcast.
I
I mean,
think
no.
We
my
wanna know.
state of life that I'm in right now is don't get desperate. That's the state.
oh, I think you may
Try-
be past it.
I am
if that's
past
the,
it.
That's the state of mind.
I'm like, okay, I cannot try to make fetch happen. I gotta like
I'm saying you may already be
like
trying
when
to
you
make
get
fetch happen if
low-key-
you're saying that to yourself.
Yes. And I realized actually I was talking to this guy.
Okay, so it's
that
time
I see
to-
around, and I was like, wait, I'm totally trying to make fetch happen.
What does that mean?
by liking this guy? Like I know
What's
he's
that?
cute, but like I know
Wait,
he's not
I
really
was
like
thinking about
realistically the guy for me. But I
Like,
want to
it's
make
not
fetch
real.
happen.
Amy,
You don't
I was
exist.
thinking about this. Okay, hear me out on this. I was thinking, listen. I was thinking Amy shouldn't be too eager. But listen to what I'm going to say. You know how they say, like,
not
don't be too
big.
eager and, like, wait to text them back, whatever. And that's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, unless you genuinely are really eager, you shouldn't be overly eager when you're dating because in reality, you are not.
No.
Yeah.
Amy's not. Okay, it might seem like she is, but Amy.
Amy's not like that desperado.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. It might seem like she's desperate. No, I'm saying
I fear you may be correct.
I'm saying Amy seems. You probably think like, oh, Amy seems like one of those people who wants to be like really clingy and close to you.
yes, no,
But she's
yes,
wait,
hey,
but
that's
she's
my problem.
But she's actually
Guys,
absolutely not
I
that.
think I do
so
a
you
bit
can't.
and switch.
Yeah, so you
on
can't
men,
put yourself.
Actually,
Amy, I think you sometimes put yourself out there as a clingy person when you are
Yes.
not clingy.
I will know, and I thought of that.
Amy's like,
I
get
thought of
off
that.
me. But then you come across as super clingy, and you're not clingy.
Yes.
That's
So
the
like,
thing.
how does she come across as clingy if she's
No,
not?
here's
It's like
the
overly
thing.
eager,
Here's
but Amy's not like that.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just like she
not.
gets excited.
Well, no, that's the thing is a lot
'Cause you're
of
excited. So
times
How would you not
I
do
meet
that?
people
I don't
in
know.
social situations where I'm really hyper.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people
Because
around.
extrovert.
But
yeah.
and also it's like I think that
Maybe you need to like repeat.
if it's the right
You're not the last
connection,
pickle
it's
at the
not
picnic.
as
I agree. I think if it's the right connection, you just are more chill, and you do show up as like
Just something to
realistic.
think
yeah.
about.
No, I've been thinking about that
Just remind
actually a
yourself,
lot
like,
though.
I'm not
Because I was
clingy.
like talking to this man, and I was like I'm having a great time talking to this man, but I'm like want to like him a lot more than I do in my heart of hearts. And I like want to make fetch happen, but this is not fetch.
Yeah.
Like in reality,
Fetch
you
is not happening, Gretchen.
You don't long term want someone who talks to you every second of the day.
Absolutely
You
not.
like to, but in the beginning, you probably do want that. But long term,
No.
you don't even want that.
I don't even want that
Yeah.
in the beginning.
You like
No,
to
yeah.
spread out between this person, this person,
Yes.
this person. You aren't someone
Here's my
who's like one
preferred-
person.
my
That's
preferred
me, actually.
texting schedule
Not
with a
you.
man would be once every like 3 hours, maybe. That's my
Okay.
preferred schedule.
Oh.
Mine is like the whole day
Once every like 3 hours,
with a couple breaks.
Unless there's like a convo going on for like 30 minutes, 10 minutes, like we can talk on the phone. I will do that a lot. I will yap on the phone, but I don't want you texting me that much.
See,
don't.
you don't come
texting.
across like that sometimes. When
Yes,
I've seen
and
you
I
in the
think that
wild,
these guys get confused
You-
because they think
yes.
that I am one way.
you look like someone who wants them
Yes.
to text all day long, and you're not that at all.
no, and
Yeah.
there's a
You're
guy
definitely not.
once who was like,
true.
"Oh, I'm thinking about like shaving my beard. What do you think?" I was like, "Should I care about that?"
Wait, are you saying he was
do you want
flirting
me-
with you?
No, we were
What are you
dating,
saying?
and he was like, we were dating at that point. He's like, I'm thinking about
Oh.
shaving my beard. What do you think about that? And I was like, am I supposed to care about that? Like, genuinely?
You're saying, I
was
don't care as much as you
literally
think.
don't care. And I'm not going to tell you what to do. And I was like, do you want me to tell you what to do? And he
Yeah,
was like,
they
no.
want
But I was like,
input.
he
Hello.
definitely wanted me to tell him what to do.
He wants to know if you think it looks good or if it would look better.
It looked way
She
better
didn't
shaved.
care. Okay. Hard to get.
But that's the thing.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
like-
You gotta like. Well, maybe you don't.
Well,
I don't know.
no,
Maybe I'm
I-
wrong, but I feel like you got to put that out there, the accurate energy, because right? Does that not make sense?
Well, no,
It
and I
does.
think as I have gotten better hold of my mind and my mental place, I'm like, oh, I actually like come across more accurately.
Yeah.
Like if someone is like majorly pulling back in the beginning, right? Majorly pulling back. And then after a little bit, then suddenly they're very, very clingy. Like, and that's their real thing, is they're really clingy all the time.
Ah.
I feel like everyone they attract
Are you
when they're
saying I'm
majorly
the opposite?
Yes. I feel like everyone they attract when they're majorly pulling back is not going to like it when they're super clingy.
Yeah. Ew.
And if that's what they really are, there are people who match with clingy people.
There are
There
people that want to be really connected, like in that sense of
There
like
are-
talking constantly.
Yes.
All these different things.
Yes, there are plenty of people who want to talk a lot.
I like to talk a lot.
I like to talk a lot.
Listen, I will talk to you for like 2 hours on the phone, but don't text me, please.
No, and I've talked to
leave me
so
out of it.
Okay, the thing is,
Yes.
I've talked to so many guys who are like that, and I can just tell like, oh, they have such a limit where they like want to text
Annoying.
like one small amount, maybe a day, or like every
Lame.
other
Yes,
day.
that would. I'm like happy with that.
And I
That's
can
the
hardly
thing.
talk.
It's like, listen, I live a life on the brink, aka I have a lot going on at all
yeah, you're
times,
busy.
so I don't have a lot of time to be like yapping with you on text all day.
Like when
just
I
don't.
was like in the beginning with Nick, we would be like yap yap yap, and then like a break for like whatever, and then yap yap
Yeah.
yap, and like a little break, and then yap 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 yap. So that's why I like yaps with like a break, and then
Well, you
yap,
know
and
what?
then
Have a
break.
life.
You know what's interesting?
Okay, but I could talk
is I
the
was
whole day.
thinking about the beginning of dating with someone. This is gonna sound just like I'm trying to say this without being too whatever, but I was thinking about how it's so true about their red flags or like certain behaviors will come up literally right when you meet
Right
them.
away.
And I literally was like, what that, like, thinking about the exact night that me and this guy met, all of the bad or things, and not saying that he was terrible or anything, but they all make perfect sense.
They all presented
That's
themselves
true.
right away.
Literally, I was Christina. I was there having a meltdown. Why was I in public? I don't know. But I was like, I'm just gonna still go hang out, whatever. And this guy met me having a meltdown in public, very overly emotional, but also like he was trying to pry and be like, what's going on? What's going on? I was like, I literally don't know you. I literally said that word to him. I was like, I don't know you. Why am I going to tell you what's going on? And he's like, well, what does it take to know you? I was like,
See, that's not a clingy
time.
person. I don't know you.
Yeah. And
Why
then
would I tell you?
that came up a lot of him wanting to know things that I was like, this is not appropriate for you to know.
Yeah, see, that's a weird. That's
was
a weird.
Like about my personal life. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know you either.
Yeah, literally. So I like realized like that was doomed from the beginning because of that. And now in my other life, now life, I'm not going in public again when I'm having an actual meltdown.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
have
going in public when I have a
learned.
meltdown.
I have learned to not do that.
I was thinking about the TikTok that
Yeah.
you posted when you were like talking about reflecting after a year of your breakup.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, I watched Lauren's whole TikTok. She's
It was
like,
good.
It's been a year since my breakup, something like that. But there's one thing I was thinking of that you said that I was like, that makes sense because it was the literal opposite with Nick. You said you were, I don't remember what you said. Something like you were always like trying really hard to make it work, like really overly committed or something.
Yeah, I would just like committed so fast that I didn't care about like the trials and tribulations. I was like, whatever, we'll figure it out. Like it was just
You're always like, we'll figure it out. I'm committed.
I'm
blah, blah.
committed.
I was thinking it's interesting because I was the opposite. I was always like, can I just meet someone who lives near me? Oh, here's another guy that I met. I want to get to know him. Like maybe this guy's better. Like for me, whatever. I was always the opposite of that. Like trying to be like, this is so not convenient relationship because it was long distance. But then I just kept being like, there's no one else for me. Like I kept being like, even though the distance, all these things come between us, there's just no one else who got anywhere near the connection, whatever. So I was like, that's really interesting. I was like trying to get rid of him, not really, but kind of.
You like get lost.
But I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting thing that you realized.
Yeah, well, because my therapist told me that. She's like, you're acting like you were married. I'm like, okay, sorry. She's like, you weren't married. I'm like, okay.
Thanks for listening to the Cimorelli podcast. To hear the rest of this episode, join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cimorelli, where we post every episode in full. You can also watch all of our past seasons and Patreon-only episodes when you become a patron.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.